began as a reaction to the former president being imprisoned for contempt of court quickly escalated to a revolt against current economic conditions. As marginalized communities scrambled for what they could, the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment and inequality that have long plagued the nation lay bare for the world to see. The voraciousness with which communities descended on shops and other businesses has damaged the economy and torn at the social fabric of the country.
Because it's very clear, as much as these riots were politically instigated and coordinated in the beginning, but there's also a huge amount of anger, frustration among many people who have lost hope, lost jobs, have no money to support themselves.
The two worst impacted provinces, Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, make up nearly 60% of the country's economic output. Targeted attacks on fuel-carrying trucks, food-storing warehouses and water treatment plants had some observers believing this was a case of economic sabotage. Some parts of Mpumalanga were also affected, with trucks being set alight on major roads, leading to concerns about the effect on coal supply to Eskom plants in that province.
Points to an intention to, inflict harm on existing infrastructure, economic infrastructure, that would result in a certain socio-political outcome. Simply, what it suggests is that there is someone behind, or there is a movement behind what we're currently seeing in the country. And the aim of that movement, or one of the things that they're trying to ensure, is that the more they destroy existing infrastructure, the more desperate the governing party looks in terms of particularly the work that they're doing in trying to bring peace as well as to bring service delivery.
At first estimates this week, the KwaZulu-Natal government said the looting had caused damage of 20 billion rand and rising. Shopping centre owners are slowly starting to quantify the damage to their buildings while calculating the impact on their businesses overall.
The aspects that will have an impact on earnings is clearly the extent to which those malls are able to trade going forward, how much damage has been done, and then the speed in which, for instance, SASRIA, if applicable, or insurance or business interruption insurance all kicks in. So literally every single situation is one that will have to be analysed independently, and I think what the community or the investor community can expect is probably that over the next couple of months that probably most REITs will give their investors some kind of indication of the extent of the damage and the extent to which potentially their earnings will be negatively impacted, and what kind of insurances they have or don't have, etc. So I think at the moment it's really the situation's too fluid for most management teams to be able to give any kind of feedback. I mean, as we sit here at the moment on the property industry group, you've got shopping centres now and specifically distribution facilities still being targeted without any support from law enforcement.
Tiger Brands, the largest food manufacturer in the country, said their bread-making factory had temporarily closed. Massmart said 41 stores were hit. ShopRite, which was the target of much of the looting in Gauteng, is working to repair the damage to stores and restock shelves. The unfortunate consequence of the week's destruction is that many of those same communities will be left resourceless for some time to come.
It's going to take months for those businesses to get back online. It's going to have an impact on employment. It's going to have an impact on food security and a number of other issues. The immediate threat to the economy, we've been engaging with government. And just to say that we met the economic cluster ministers 2 days ago. We've been having regular meetings with the National Joint Operations Center. And Roger backstage on this call, he might want to elaborate on that. But we've been providing the state with information on critical assets that need to be immediately protected, so that we don't have even more impact on the economy and just impact on things like water, because if we don't get chlorine to where it needs to get to, we don't purify our water. on the ports issue and on other critical infrastructure. So we're working closely with government on those.
The international investment community has also weighed in on the unrest. Ratings agencies Fitch and Moody's say the country could be further downgraded if government has to increase spending as a result of the unrest. However, the solidarity shown by civil society and communities in the wake of the looting suggests that South Africans will continue to rally when it comes to rebuilding the economy. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Kopano Gumbi in Johannesburg.